Hey clashes, you don't need to max out all of your equipments to get the most value out of their abilities, because a lot of those equipments are already really strong on the lower level, and this is what we're going to go through every single ability in the game and the minimum level you need to make them strong for your attacks. For this, it's really important to understand that equipments are getting huge power spikes every 3 level. Level 3, level 6, 9, and so on. This is why those specific levels are as well more expensive, which means purple and as well stereo ore are needed to upgrade them, depending on if they're common or, for example, epic. As well, something really important is I will talk about 2 different groups today. First group is Town Hall 13 and below, and the second group is Town Hall 14 and above. I will always show you the needed level to use those equipments on the bottom left. For example, for the Barbarian Puppet, which I, by the way, do not recommend to use, but the minimum level you should bring for it to make it usable is level 9 for Town Hall 13 and below, and level 12 for Town Hall 14 and higher. But the next equipment, the Rage Vial, is already way better, and I can just recommend you to use it. Because especially with the Giant Gauntlet, it is an incredible equipment and it synergizes really well. Raging up the splash damage of that Giant Gauntlet is really, really powerful, and level 9, level 12 will perfectly do that. Obviously, every higher level is just supporting this a little bit more. The important level for the Giant Gauntlet on the other side is just level 50. I mean, this level is giving you so many stats that it is just the most crucial level for it to upgrade. Still, higher level gives you more stats. This just works for every single equipment in the game. But with level 15, you are ready to go and smash some bases, whatever town or level you might be. And let's move on with the Earthquake Boots. This one is quite interesting because higher level only increases the damage and the base stats of your hero, which means if you just want to open compartments, level 1 is good to go. You don't need it any higher. But if you're relying on the bonus damage, for example in combination with the Spiky Ball, then you need it as high as possible. Level 18 is obviously the place to go to make sure that you can take down most of those defenses as a one-shot. But if you're playing the Spiky Ball just on its own with like maybe another equipment, level 12, level 18 are the highly recommended level, because this is where you're getting another target with the bounce, which means you're just going to hit another building with your ball bouncing around in the base. But if you want to combine the Earthquake Boots with the Spiky Ball, those are the level recommended. And unfortunately, it's pretty much always just the max Earthquake Boots with the max Spiky Ball, because otherwise you won't be able to one-shot those defenses. But with that out of the way, we're going to talk about the Vampstache. On this one, it's not the greatest on the highest level, but still it is usable on level 9 for Town Hall 13 and below, on level 12 for Town Hall 14 and above. Always nice to have some healing back. The buff with the more DPS is not doing that much, to be honest, because attack speed would have been way more efficient, but you can combine the Vampstache quite nicely with the Snake Bracelet. This one, though, is needing quite a few of those level, because the biggest jumps in the amount of spawn troops are on level 15 and on level 18. This is where you're going to gain 8 more snakes for those level, which is a huge jump compared to the other levels. So this is what I would highly recommend you to reach before using that equipment. As well, the next one, and this is where we're starting with the Archer Queen, is the Archer Puppet. It is not really as terrible as the Barbarian Puppet, but still not really something I would recommend. If you want to use it, level 9, level 12 are your level to go and are your level to reach to make it somewhat usable. The next one is the Invisibility Vial. At this point, a lot of times replaced by the Magic Mirror, because it provides some type of invisibility as well, and the ability is just stronger. But still, if you want to run this equipment, the important thresholds to reach is level 9 and level 12, because this is where you get already solid value, solid numbers to make this equipment strong and usable for your Town Hall level. Next one is the Giant Arrow. That one is a bit more tricky, because it is different for every single town level, because it always depends on sweepers and on air defense level. Because this is the main thing you want to take care of, sweepers or air defense level. And this is why I have a specific table for that, to make sure that you understand what level you need, okay? Which means this is how the entire equipment is scaling over the different level. But this is with the 80s, which means the air defenses with each town level. And then you have as well the sweepers, making sure that you always know what level you're looking for. At this point, the Healer Puppet. So far, it was the strongest equipment for the Archer Queen, Now it's getting a little bit overshadowed by the new equipment, but this equipment performs really well with other equipments where you have to use it on the outside. The important levels here are level 6 and level 15. The reason for this is that those are the level where you are going to get another healer, which means it's less risky when it comes down to black mass and such things. So way more freedom. Level 6 and level 15 are really, really important things you want to reach before using this equipment. The next one, the action figure though, that's a bit problematic because you need it on the lower level, on the max possible level for you. On level 21, this is where it's getting usable. If you're comparing it exactly towards the healer puppet, level 21, that's where it's somewhat even, but level 24, this is where it's really outperforming the healer puppet by a long shot. The reason is those giants are scaling so really stupid on the highest level. It is kind of, I don't know why. You see already how it's jumping higher with every single level of the giant, right? Level 9 started having 15,000. Before that it was 12,500. Then it was 9,000. The jumps are so incredibly high that you need it on a really high level to make it usable. Next one though, with the magic mirror, the important level is just level 18. That's it, because this is where you're going to gain another clone from your Archer Queen. This is the difference maker. This is where this equipment is just crazy good. And this is as well what I would recommend for you for most of those strategies. The magic mirror with the action figure. But you really need a lot of ores. So if you don't have them, just go with the healer puppet. You will not have crazy worse results, but it's always good. With the frozen arrow, it's kind of out of the meta right now, which makes it look weak, but still, in the queen charges, it is incredibly strong. It's just that the strategy is not really fitting into the current meta. But level 20 is like the important thing you want to reach as well, quite on the higher level side. So make sure that you're choosing wisely if you want to invest into that equipment. With that, we're starting with the Minion Prince, okay? The first one, the Dark Orb, is just an incredible ability and is game-changing within your attacks. If you're freezing in a core like this, it's immediately 3-star, okay? Level 12, level 15 are, though, the important level to reach. The reason for this is that you're gaining those bonus, like slowdown duration on the back end of this ability, which means it's scaling incredibly well. You want to have this on the highest possible level for you. But if you're just going for the minimum, level 12, level 15 are the levels to go. As most other common equipments, for the Henchman Puppet, it is again level 9, level 12. Like, this is like the default thing you're looking at. Only a couple of those other equipments are having other type of synergizing or other type of getting increased stats over the different level and scaling in a different way, which are forcing you that other level. Same for the Metal Pants. This one as well, on level 9 or level 12, is just working completely fine. You're getting the duration, you're getting the damage reduction, everything works perfectly. It's an amazing equipment, especially if you want to send your Minion Prince alone into the base. If it's behind air attacks, not that great, but if you combine it with the Noble Iron, it is even better. For this one, it is again level 6 and level 12. The reason for this is the amount of shots pretty much which you gain, because level 9, you don't gain any additional shots, so this level is not as crucial. This is why it's level 6 and level 12 instead of level 9, level 12, as you might have expected. But again, as I said, it's always depending on how those equipments are scaling and what key stats are getting increased. The next one is the Fireball. Is the Eternal Tone. We'll get into the Fireball a little bit later. But if you take a look at the graphic, especially, you will see level 9 is the way to go. After that, you're gaining only a little bit, only a couple of milliseconds of a longer duration. But from level 8 to level 9, it's a huge jump. And that's really where this equipment is then getting the power from. Next one with the Healing Tome, it's kind of classic. I mean, it's really, really classic. It's just scaling quite normally, which means level 9, level 12 are the ways you're looking at, or the level you're looking at, depending on if you're level 13 and below, or level 14 and higher. Life Gem. It received a buff, but the scaling was not changed. So the top numbers are now increased by a lot, but at the same time, it was scaled down, which means level 9 and level 12 are still the level you're looking at. So everything kind of normal when it comes into the scaling. The exact same applies as well to the Rage Gem. It scales completely normally, which means level 9 and level 12 are the important things you want to reach. You can see this again with the numbers. This is where the damage increase is going from 25 to 30, and it's from 30 to 35. This is why those levels are important. Fireball is now quite interesting because Supercell has changed that with level 24. the radius is now increased. But if you're only looking at the damage numbers where you try to take down specific buildings, those are the things you need, which means on level 15 and below uses level 18 Fireball and 2 Earthquakes. Level 16 uses level 20 with 2 Earthquakes. Level 17 uses 24. But if possible, I would always go level 24 by now because of the radius which you just gain through that level. The Lavaloon Puppet, level 9, that's where you get an additional Lavaloon. That's kind of it, but I don't recommend using it. The same goes to the Royal Gem. I don't recommend you using it. It feels outdated at this point. At this point, equipments are doing so much, while this equipment just gives you hit points back and boosts your attack speed. I feel like at this point, all of the new equipments are having that in their base stats. So, yeah. The shield, though, that is where you need a lot of damage. And this is where it needs higher level than most of the other common equipments. Level 12 and level 15 are needed to have as big of a burst in the beginning as possible. Especially combined with the spear, this is just great. You can take down the back end a lot of buildings. And with the shield, you damage them, or even take them out and one-shot them. And then with the spear, you can clear out everything around it. It just works amazing. Next one, though, with the spear itself, level 9 and level 18. This is where the additional shots, spears, power, everything is coming from. This is why those two levels are so far out of from each other. But you can see it right here as well. You see, this is where it's increasing the attack count. In between those levels, nothing really changes. It's only base stats mostly. But this is the important thing. Throwing another spear is the big game changers. This is why level 9, level 18. For the Hog Rider Puppet, I mean, this equipment has gone through a lot of nerfs, things, and everything. But still, level 12 and level 15. Those are the important levels you want to reach. And this is where the power really lies. And you have the invisibility from the beginning already. Next one with the Haste Vial. It's just a great all-rounder. I mean, it always works. It's a really, really strong equipment to power up the Royal Champion. And this is why it needs level 12 and level 15. So you need a lot of those Royal Champion equipments. Need quite high level. The same thing, as I already said, with the combination of the Haste Vial and the Electro Boots, though. The Electro Boots on the other side are kind of like a no-brainer when it comes down to the level, because you can use them really early, which is quite nice for such a strong equipment. I have shown already videos on this YouTube channel where me as a Town of 16 attacking max out 170s with level 12 Electro Boots, just smashing them with Electro Charges. It is so easy, you don't need them on a higher level. It's not even needed. It's nice to have, but it's not needed to 3-star. This is why those necessary level are so low compared to what you would have expected. It's kind of like on the common level. Like most commons you have on level 9, level 12. This epic you can use from the same level already. It's like really, really low investment needed to make this equipment work, which is quite nice because it's one of the strongest in the entire game. But this is every single equipment. We went through all of those equipments right now in the game. I was able to share with you the minimum level you need to make them really powerful in your town hall level and just in your attack itself. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next Clash video. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.